Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Minecraft. It's been so long since I stepped into the world of blocks, but I am here back in a very familiar world. Some people may recognize this as the sun rises on what used to be Guard City. New Guard City, I can't remember what I called it now, but yeah, we're standing on top of what used to be Guard Tower, above Guard Square, with the City Hall there, and what used to be Guard Square Station right there, with some other buildings dotted around as well. Now this is the old new Guard City map, if that makes any sense at all. Basically, we had an old new Guard City, or an old Guard City. I just realised as well, those actually work. That's cool. We had an old Guard City, which was a lot more built up than this by the end of it. And then we had a new Guard City, where all of this was covered in, you know, logistic pipes and ex nihilo barrels and stuff like that. All of that is gone, but it is the same world. So you'll see we've still got the wooden tracks over here from the old Steve Cart's tree farm, which, if I run down here, there was actually more track that went along here. I don't know where the track's gone. But yeah, all of this was an old tree farm that's now gone. Although the trees are still here, but they'll be gone soon as well. You'll also notice I'm in creative mode at the moment. This is going to become a survival map, but right now I just wanted to run around in creative and set some things up. You'll see what I've been working on in just a second. Title of the video and title of the series technically is definitely a giveaway. Down there is the old mine shaft, which has been flooded by the quarry that we had running here. Need to do something about that as well. And yeah, down there further was another mine shaft that goes off into the abyss. I think that might have been a railway tunnel. And that might have been a railway tunnel, thinking about it. And then I thought it was strip mining. I can't remember. Anyway, here we are in what used to be Guard Square, but is now Summerset Place. This is the city of Summerset, in the county of Somerset. Not Somerset as in UK, S-O-M-E-R-S-E-T. This is S-U-M-M-E-R-S-E-T. Kind of named after Somerset, the county here in the UK. Mainly named after the fact that I started this city in the summer. So I thought, what a good name for it. Guard Tower here is going to get renamed. Summerset Tower as well. You may have heard something there as well, which is a clue as to what I'm about to show you. But yeah, Guard Tower here is going to get renamed to something like Summerset Tower or something Tower. I don't know what yet. We're also going to fully kit it out at some point. And more importantly, something is going to be added to the side of this building. Possibly this side, because the bathrooms of the apartments are on this side here. So it kind of makes sense to put it there. But yeah, you can hear a very not so subtle clue as to what I'm about to show you. This first episode is technically going to be split into two videos, and at the end of this set of videos I'm going to give you guys a choice as to what kind of things you'd like to see. But right now I'm going to show you the first type of video that I'm going to offer you for this series, and then next time out we're going to show you the second type of video, and then you can vote in the comments or on a community post or maybe even on Discord as to which you'd like to see. But if I step into what used to be Guard Square Station, is now called Summerset Place, thanks to the trusty sign there, which again is a big clue, and the clock, and the signs either side of the staircase there as well. Also the fact these used to be entrances, but there's some mysterious glass boxes that have appeared, which is interesting. But if I walk in here and look at this sign, you'll see some things counting down, which is really, really interesting as well. And if I turn right here, walk over to this funny looking contraption and press this button, something here is about to happen. That's right, working lifts in Minecraft. Who would have seen that coming? And again, if I look straight ahead there, we have a little bit of a clue. If I take the lift here down, we arrive at platform level. This is the MTR mod, Minecraft Transit Railway. It is by far the best mod I think I have ever seen in Minecraft. This thing is freaking awesome. Absolutely love it. You can see I've got a little test route here set up. This station is going to stay, and it's pretty much going to stay in the style that it's in now. May be tempted to bury more platforms beneath the ones to the left over there in the future. But right now I'm pretty happy with the layout here, so I don't want to mess around with things too much. Also, I thought that had platform numbers on it, but sadly it doesn't. These signs, by the way, these are accurate. You'll see them tick down. If I run over this side, I think there might be one due. Yeah, look, it's ticking down from 50 seconds, and when this hits 0, a train will pull in, which is awesome. My render distance isn't very high, so you can't really see much going on here, but yeah, we've got railways here. This is a light rail system on this side. The other side over there is a metro system. You can see I got a little bit creative with that house there as well. That's technically going to be like an operations hub for the line Z, maybe. But right now, there's nothing much exciting going on there. 25 seconds to kill. How am I going to kill it? This mod is just incredible. You look here, everything that you see above the platform screen doors here, this is all automatically added depending on what configurations you use. And we've got the same thing on that side. So obviously this is platform 1, that's platform 2. These signs here do the same thing. There's the train. Just wanted to show you the train arriving and leaving. And then I'm going to show you the system that I've got here, that I've built so far. And I might as well introduce the choices to you in a second as we go along as well. Now, I did have a sign here at one point where when the train arrived, the top one turned green. But I can't find that one again right now, which is fine. Doesn't matter too much. I think it's pretty obvious that a train's pulled in. And then that goes off. That purple thing through there, by the way, that's the river room of the old guard tower, which, as you can see, needs to be made just a teeny tiny bit smaller now, owing to the fact that the railway kind of breached straight through the middle of it. But yeah, we're kind of sealed into a box here. It was kind of annoying building this because every time I needed to go change something on the other side over there, I had to actually go back up to the concourse level, round and then down again. But this is what stations are like, you know? You're not supposed to be able to go from one platform to the other. You're supposed to be sort of securely kept within a safe area, shall we say. As we watch that train leave there, that train is currently heading east. Which, if you remember from Guard City, I think heading east was towards like the quarries and the forests and things like that. Kind of going to go for something similar this time around. But look, we've got working escalators as well. And if I head up the escalator here, if I could go up escalators that fast in real life, believe me, I'll be very happy. We've also got these projection screens, which I think look really awesome. I'm tempted to put those in maybe on top of the window up there, actually. I think that'd be a cool place for it. This is going to become like a cafe or a tea room or something. This bit here with a view out across the railway, because I think that looks cool too. Those centre tracks that don't go anywhere, those are turnback sidings. More on those in a second. And then we've also got some junctions over there, which I'll show you in a second when I give you a tour of the line in full. But right now, I wanted to go down this way and show you the metro platforms. I went South African then. Show you the metro platforms, because these ones are a little bit bigger, as you might have been able to tell. Same width. But we've got no screen doors right now, no gates or anything. We've got the archway here, which I think looks quite nice. There's also access over there to the light rail, but I think I'm going to put some glass across there at some point. And yeah, we've got longer platforms, and then the tracks head off that way. Right now, they're not connected to anything. They stop just off screen over there. And then in this direction, I just realised I can fly, so we can speed up time a little bit here. Over here, there's this little thing here that goes into some sort of cubby. I don't know what's going to go there. And right now, they terminate at this wall. I wanted to get the light rail up and running first before I started messing around with anything else. So the two choices I was talking about. Right now, I'm showing you what I've already built. You know, things like Summerset Place Station, which looks really, really cool, by the way. The plan is to get most of the stations up to this level of sort of detail and completion. I know in the past I have a habit of, you know, building things and not really coming back and detailing them, but this time around I want to go for the detail. I want things to look really good as well as function well. So we're going to be doing that here. But yeah, I'm showing you what I've already built. We're having a little tour. Now the two choices are, we can do that for every video. So I'll build something and then, I'll build something off camera, and then for the episode I'll show you around and show you what I've built. Or I build it on camera, most likely as a time lapse. So it'll be, you know, hey, today we're going to do this. Let's build some platforms, and then the music kicks up and, you know, things go ×9 speed or whatever it is I do. Those are the two choices. This is an example of the former, and the next episode I will do an example of the latter, and then it'll be down to you guys in the chat or the comments or you know, the poll, whatever I decide to do, to vote on what you want to see. That is the plan. Right, I'm going to hop on this train, and we're going to head to, currently it's called Waterhill Road, but I can see that being changed. You'll see why it's called Waterhill Road when we actually arrive there. But to be honest, these light rail stations are positioned a little too close together for my liking, but it is what it is. So we've gone elevated there. We're going to cross over the line that ducks underground. Ignore the trees as well. They're not supposed to be there. And then we'll head back down the ramp here, and we'll pull into Waterhill Road Station, which is currently the eastern terminus of the line. And we shall step out. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to get a sign. I always forget. This is changed order, actually. That's why I'm confused. We'll get a passenger information display up here somewhere. Actually, let's not go for that one. Let's go for, I guess, this one. Can I fit you? Let's just put you there for now. Just so I can see when the next train's due in, basically. So I didn't know how long I'll be waiting here for. So as you can see, the next train heads towards King's Bridge. And just like that, there it is. If I show you on the map here, King's Bridge is actually not the terminus of this line, but you'll see why it's listed as the terminus when we get there. Because things are a little bit complicated with something I've built, which I kind of liked at the time I built it, but now I'm thinking about it, it's a bit of a stupid idea. But I might have a solution to that problem. So more on that when we get there. Now we're ducking down underground. Again, ignore the water. That will all get pumped out at some point. And then we rise back up towards the station. And here we are. Back at Summerset Place, back where we started. And you can see already the journey is quite cool. It's a bit like the Tube in many ways, but this is meant to be built like a light rail. Although these are not light rail trains. I do need to do some slight rebuilding with some of the stations to get the light rail vehicles in this mod to actually fit. Because right now the stations aren't long enough for the trains. But that's irrelevant right now. So we're going to head straight through. Remember the old corridor between Guard Tower and the City Hall? We just cut that in half. And now we're rising up. And this is Kingsbridge Station, which currently is the terminus for this part of the line, but isn't the terminus really for the line at all. So if I step out here, because where that train's going to go next we don't want to go, there's a signal as well, which looks really cool. We're actually going to see that signal in action in just a second as the train passes through it. There you go, it flicks to red. And if I come over here to this signal here, this is the all-important one, because this, as the train heads it straight on there, that is the depot over there, and the main line actually curves around to the right. And if I come round this way, this is the actual terminus of the line. And we've got a bit of a Barcelona solution going on with some of the platforms here. The idea being that this is actually meant to be the platform for this direction, and probably will end up being just the platform for this track here. But for now, I've got a second one here, and you can imagine you get onto that platform and you walk through a train to get to this platform. I want to build some pretty grand designs in this series, and as you can see, this station here is definitely one of those. This will be a really good opportunity for a train to actually come out and demonstrate how this works, but right now we don't have one. That's cool, that's fine. So this is what we built so far. And by we I mean me, because I'm doing this on my own at the moment. If I come over here, you'll see the depot. Let me just drop down here through the trees. Lovely stuff. Oops. I was meant to land on that shroom. There we go. So this is our depot. This is where our trains sleep at night. And as you can see, we've got 7 tracks set up here at the moment. Each one with a dedicated train. They're all the same train again. And that will change probably next episode, actually. Because that's one of the things I want to do in the next episode as an example of building, is show you what kind of things I can do to, you know, finish off stations and upgrade depots and things like that. Now the problem I have with this setup is you'll see over here, again, these trees, some of them are going to go, but I kind of like the idea of this being a forestry area. This line here is the main line that heads out towards the station over here, which I've already forgotten the name of because I'm a genius like that. But if I find a sign, plop it down on the platform. See if I can do that quickly as well, actually. Hover over the platform, drop. Somewhere. I guess there's route signs. That might work. Oh yeah, I need a brush, which is there. and then I can allocate you. There we go. So this is Woodbridge. That's right, because it's on a bridge. There is a water. Is it a river? I think it's a river below us, but this is meant to be built on a bridge over the water, this station. And you can see here, carefully demonstrated by the train, doors open on both sides. So you'll be able to walk through and out the other side if you so wish. There we go. Yeah, so that's come out of the depot. And even though there is main running lines that head off that way to the south, the depot line actually joins the approach there, and then trains come down and into the station this way. There may be opportunities in the future to get trains to head in the opposite direction, which is technically what I have done. You may have already noticed over here. This track here that curves off to the right is actually that exact thing. But what we haven't got is trains able to enter the depot from Woodbridge Station. Woodbridge... I've forgotten the name of the station already. It's Woodbridge Road, isn't it? Or is it just Woodbridge? No, it's just Woodbridge. I will remember these at some point. It's not like I built them or anything. So yeah, this is Woodbridge. Eventually, yeah, this will be connected up to the depot in all directions. But right now it isn't, and that's just that. I was really hoping another train would come over. I've got trains running sort of to a realistic timetable in that they run... Let's just put one of these here as well, because... in that they run more regularly at peak hours during the day, and then at night they go right the way down to basically nothing. So it's like one every 200 seconds, I think, which in Minecraft is basically an eternity. But yeah, it is what it is. So I've shown you basically everything I've built. The line comes to a dead end here, and if I go off in this direction, the two lines meet up again at the same level here, and then again it ends. Eventually that will head off further south. This one over here, the main running line here, this is actually going to head to the north again, and there will be a big station somewhere. If I open journey map, you'll see the main city is actually over here right now. But over in this area, I want this to be like city centre, which means some of this water here will have to be filled in. The river, which I do want to keep, but I might reroute it so that it comes down this way, under Woodbridge, and then this way, and then curve north again. And again, some of these other areas may need to be filled in. Everything you see right now has been placed by hand. I don't have world edit or anything like that. So you're probably looking at me now thinking, what an idiot. There's literally mods that do all this for you. But I kind of enjoy the art of building these things myself. I think there's an element of reward behind it. Ah, here comes a train. Now, I'm a little bit worried here that the train clips through the platform. Oh, it just misses it. That's fine. That works well. The plan is also to have platform screen gates or doors at the ends of, or on all of the light rail platforms at least. Not necessarily on metro and things like that. And I would love to have main lines here as well that run off to all sorts of places across the map. This isn't going to be limited to just a single city anymore. The plan is to make this world the biggest world that a server can support. That is the plan. Which leads me on to something else. Some of you may have noticed that adverts have been playing on my videos recently. I mentioned this as part of my 10-year Q&A. Or at least I should have mentioned it in the 10-year Q&A. I forgot to mention it in the actual video itself, but I mentioned it as part of the announcement of the Q&A. Thanks to all of you lovely, awesome people, I reobtained my monetization status basically the day before the 10k Q&A video went out, which is just perfect timing. I cannot thank you enough, A, for getting me to monetization, but also doing it with such impeccable timing. You guys are awesome. And because I've now got that status back, there are two ways that this can work. I would love to get you guys on here helping me build this world. Literally doing whatever you want within certain rules. There will be some restrictions, you know, like don't break something that someone else has already built and things like that. But for the most part, this world is ours. We're going to build this world however we want, and we're going to connect it with as many transport routes as you can name. For example, this game, this mod in this game has railways, it has boats, it has cable cars, and it has planes. And I want to build all of them. And the plane one is arguably the most ambitious. But I want you guys to come on and help as well. If you become a patron, over on Patreon. Link is in the description down below. Or when I get it enabled and set up and working, if you become a YouTube channel member, which I know next to nothing about that because the last time I was monetized that didn't actually exist. So I'll do some reading and doing some look into it. But I know that it's considered at like an equivalent to Patreon, basically. If you wish to become a supporter of the channel through either of those methods, you totally don't have to. It's entirely up to you. But patrons and channel members will be invited to join this server and help build Summerset. And you can already see the toys we've got to play with. Right now I only have 5 mods installed. The plan is to add more. I would love to add things in like Buildcraft again. I'm even tempted to re-add Railcraft because these trains don't carry freight. And I would like there to be some freight operations as well, operating on separate tracks. So I think Railcraft will be one of those that gets added as well. But I would love for you guys to join me in this project. This is going to be a real collaboration. And again, you can see the kind of things we've got to play with. These signs are awesome, the projections. Let me see if I can place one of those on this window up here and see if it actually looks as good as I want it to. If it looks god awful, then obviously we won't use it again. But where's the projection? I feel like I've skipped past it like twice now. I can't find it, which is really annoying. Is it on this one? No. Is it on this one? No. Why can't I? Oh, it's here. Really obvious as well. What am I doing? So if I stick you there, and then do, yeah, show arrival small platforms. Excuse me. There we go. And there we are. So now people can see when their trains are arriving or leaving. There are clocks that are going to be placed around the station as well. So let's see if I can stick one of those. It'd be cool if there was a wall clock as well, because that's very obviously not touching the wall. There may even be, let me see, clock. No. There's a clock pole though, so we could hang one from the ceiling. But yeah, one last time guys, this is going to be a collaborative project. I really want you to be able to join me on this. It means then if we do the option like this, where I build something and then show it off to you, I won't just be showing off my creations, I'll be showing off your creations as well. If that's what you want, of course. You don't have to if you don't want to. One more thing actually, before I start wrapping up this episode. I never actually showed you, when's the next train? Ah, would you look at that? Because we're in daylight now, so trains run more regularly in the day, as I said. I think it's like every 30 seconds or so, or every minute and a half. I can't remember the headway that I put between trains. But again, the plan is to put this server onto a real-time mod, and then have trains running to a real timetable, which is easier said than done. Actually, I have some reservations about this mod. I'm not going to go over them right now because I do like this mod. But yeah, I have had some thoughts. But the first project, yeah, that I want to do is get Waterhill Road up and running properly. Which, if I give you a quick tour, we've got upper platforms here, we've got lower platforms here. You can see the way that the lines kind of converge to go through Summerset Place, and then they split off again and head off in different directions, which I think personally is a pretty good way of doing it, but you may disagree. Also, this is the tunnel entrance. You can see how it runs into the tunnel here, drops down underneath the line that comes from above, and then rises up again on the other side. And also, just to show you the Summerset junction from above, this is what it looks like. So you can imagine that you've got a repeat of this underneath. You can see the way the tunnel works there as well to get it all to connect up. I've used cobblestone right now for the tunnels and the bridges here, but I'm very, very tempted to use other blocks. And again, if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to drop them down below. Always up for suggestions for this series. This whole series was a suggestion, to be fair. So, oh, you can also see where the railway used to run. This is the old railway. The one that was built using the tunnel boring machine from Railcraft. So you can see where it used to run, and it goes for days, by the way. I could follow this for a long, long time, and the plan is to have the metro line at least follow this. Yeah, it terminated here, but the original version of Guard City, this went on and on and on. Where am I now? I'm all the way over here, and it crossed over this water, and it just kept going, and somewhere, I think it was around here, it actually dropped down, and then we had a massive quarry with a huge loading station, and yeah, it was freaking awesome. I absolutely adored it. And I want to do that again too. So if you're a technician, if you're someone who likes to flex their Minecraft engineering muscles, or if you're someone who likes to make things look well built and pretty. Pretty is probably not the right word, but you know what I mean. Or if you're just someone who wants to come on and explore the world even. You don't have to build anything. You don't have to contribute if you don't want to. You can just be a keen observer. The door is open. The door is open. I will post more info about this in the future when I have it, because right now, you know, it's very much blue sky thinking. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if we open this up to patrons and things like that? But I want you guys to join me on this adventure, and I also want you guys to play a part in this series. So like I said, this episode is me showing you the world. Next episode is going to be me doing a build. It might be Kingsbridge, it might be Woodbridge, it might be Waterhill Road. I haven't decided yet, but Summerset Place is pretty much finished, so it won't be that one. But it'll be building to that standard if that's your thing. And then, yeah, we'll have a vote. Whichever one wins, that's what we do. We might still mix things up from time to time, but predominantly that's what we'll do. I think I've covered everything. The main thing was to get the choice out there, because I know that an audience makes a channel, and you guys have made my channel for the last 10 years, and I think it's about time that I started giving you more of a voice. So here we are. Shout loud. That's all I say. Shout loud. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then be sure to hit that like button. If you're looking forward to the series as well, be sure to smack that like button and hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification so you'll see when the next episode goes out. It will probably be same time next week that this one goes out. I'm hoping to get this out on a Wednesday. If it's not out on a Wednesday for whatever reason, then I haven't achieved my objective there. But hopefully this will go out on a Wednesday, and then the next one will go out on the following Wednesday, and then the vote will carry over to probably that weekend, just so I've got time to actually record an episode, or maybe there'll be a week's gap. I don't know. If you've got any thoughts on the whole Patreon YouTube membership thing as well, then let me know in the comments down below. It'll be a small amount, by the way. I'm not going to say like top tier only, because I want to get as many people on here as possible. And I will also come up with a server rules list as well. And if you've got any suggestions for other mods that you think would make this server more fun, then feel free to drop them down below as well, and I'll see what I can do about getting those on the server. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching once again. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon. I'm catching the train. Oh, I've missed it.